Good morning. Day two, and we're rolling. I've been up for a little bit. I've already had breakfast, got my coffee, still drinking on that. Browning some butter for our next cookie, which this is the espresso chocolate chip cookie. I'm doing this one first because you need to scoop out all of the dough and then freeze it. Says for overnight, but then I see also that I can do it for like 3 to 4 hours. So I want to go ahead and get this out of the way. It is currently 9:30, so this way by after lunch, 1, 2 o'clock, I can put these in the oven and hopefully have the other cookie already baked off. Or the next ones are bars, so we'll see. But as we did yesterday, browning the butter, making sure that we don't overcook it. It came to a boil. Now we're starting to see the foam, which we talked about yesterday. Once this gets browned, I'm gonna throw it in with this brown sugar and granulated sugar. Add my espresso my espresso powder and my instant coffee, which will give it its flavor. And then I will start whisking it and adding the eggs, the flour, and we'll get to scooping. All right, adding everything in. Scraping down the sides, making sure everything gets incorporated. All right. I'm going to turn the speed down just a little bit, but I'm adding my eggs now. And it's not too hot, so I'm not too worried. And we'll turn it back up, let it blend. All right. So we now have almost like a syrup because the sugar's melted. It's now mixed in with the eggs, so it's very loose. And we're going to add in our flour next. Whenever a recipe says to fold in anything, I always think of Schitt's Creek. Just fold the cheese. So we're going to add our flour to the mix, and we're going to fold in the mixture. This time it's not cheese. We're about halfway through. I'm going to go ahead and add in the chocolate chips as well. I am currently washing dishes in the dishwasher, so I do apologize if you hear the churning noises. We've got to clean as we go. All right, I don't want to overmix, but I still have a little bit of flour down here, so just make sure everything is incorporated well. And there's our dough. So now we're going to scoop everything out into a sheet pan that we can put in the freezer. And again, these will need to freeze for 3 to 4 hours, or you can freeze them overnight. We're just going to freeze them for 3 to 4 hours until we get the other dough prepared ready in the oven. Then we'll take them out and add them to the next batch. We are back working on our final cookie, bar. It's a cookie bar. Just call it what it is. I've got the actual cookies in the freezer, again, 3 to 4 hours. And now I've creamed the butter and the brown sugar for this batch. To this, we're going to go ahead and add in our granulated, let's lower it. Not granulated, our instant coffee. We're going to add in chocolate chips. And we're also going to add in our flour. Now, in this flour is also salt and baking powder. And lastly, we're going to add vanilla. So we're going to add a half teaspoon. And we're going to mix this on very, very low speed to get us started. Mainly wanting everything to start to move around and combined. I don't want to go too high to break up the chocolate chips. I just want to mix it good enough that I can then remove it and I'll scrape down the sides and get all the good stuff. This is the consistency we're looking for. Now this is going to be a bit crumbly, which is fine. We're going to press it into a cookie sheet. Now when it comes to cookies, and I think I stated this yesterday, anything coffee and chocolate, I'm down. I am totally game for it. I love coffee. I love the flavor of coffee in ice cream and desserts. So good. Now this is going to be one batch, and one batch fits into a 9 by 13. No dough left behind. We're going to start pressing it out. And this is where you just go ahead and get in and get sticky. I've wet my hands a little bit. I'm actually going to just dive in here. And we need to press everything into place. So things were a bit sticky with just the fingers, so I have pulled a sheet of parchment paper out and I'm pressing into the dough. Okay, I've been washing some dishes. I put the bars in the oven. And while they are in the oven, I am mixing together the top layer of the bars. This is like a sweetened condensed milk, ooey gooey richness. It's amazing. So I've got sweetened condensed milk, some butter, some vanilla in a saucepan. I'm going to heat this up on low heat. Make sure the butter melts, everything gets incorporated, it's nice and smooth. And then once that's done, and the cookies are done, which the cookies will be in the oven for about 20 minutes. It will just pour this right on top of it, put it back in the oven for like 10 minutes, and let everything get nice and bubbly. And once it cools, that sweetened condensed milk mixture kind of hardens. So it becomes like a really thick icing on top of the cookies. And when I tell you this is like crack, I'm pretty sure I called it Christmas crack. That's basically what it is. Our time has come to take the cookies out. I've taken a peek and I forgot how much it spreads and bubbles up, so I didn't leave enough space on one edge. I'll just show you. All right, so I didn't leave enough space on this far edge. I'm concerned it may bubble over. So I've already put a sheet pan in the oven right under this. And that is to protect the oven so I don't have any issues with anything burning. I am folding the edges in. Oh, if I could only shimmy you some more. I'm folding the edges in because when I pour this over, I'm gonna pull these back up. All right, and now we just pour our mixture right over top, getting every last bit of the mixture here. And then we're going to spread everything out to the edges. All right, now that we've got that taken care of, now we're going to put it back in the oven, and I'm going to keep that low corner over the pan, make sure it's dead center. That way if anything bubbles over, we're protected. As you can see there's that second pan. We're covered in case there's anything that bubbles over. We're done. 2 days of baking, and though it's a lot of fun, also quite stressful. I've stated this earlier in the video yesterday that baking is a science, and you really never know what you've done. You have to like think about what you've done to your recipe to understand what's going on. And I am satisfied to a point, but there's still some areas of growth, perfection. I have a whole degree in this and I still don't get it right sometimes, but the fun is being able to get in the kitchen and do it, and make the mistakes and see what you get out of it. So this is our final desserts for this holiday season. And I wanted to go through them quickly and talk about a few things. The first ones that we have, these are the salted honey. These actually turned out great. I would want more honey out of them, or there's also cinnamon in it. So to me, they taste more like gingerbread cookies, but they're much softer. The salted flakes on the top make it really good. Then we have the mess ups. This was supposed to be a Rice Krispie Treat style cookie. It still is to an extent, but it was supposed to be an actual cookie and not bars. as you were with me yesterday, we messed up somewhere. The dough was very crumbly. So I pressed it down into a cookie sheet or a baking sheet, and I just made bars out of them, dipped them in chocolate, some coating chocolate, and they're going to be delicious, I promise. Then you just have some chocolate covered pretzels. I did these off camera yesterday before I got started with anything because these can last the longest. Those are complete, just white and milk chocolate. Then we have the newest of the crew, these two here. This first one is going to be the coffee or espresso chocolate chip cookie. Now, they didn't turn out like I wanted them to. They're very biscuit-like yet again. So it's either a flour issue or it is a overmixing issue. Personally, I don't feel like I overmixed it since I hand folded the flour into the dough instead of using the stand mixer. So I feel like this is a flour issue, that is too much flour in the batter, which sucks to see. I also froze them, and it says to take them straight out of the freezer onto the plate. So I've got another batch that I'm actually letting thaw out just a little bit before I throw them in the oven. That's 350 for about 10-15 minutes. I baked these for almost 20 minutes because the center was still raw. I cut up some just to see, and we're not raw, but they weren't completely done like I wanted them to. So I did cook these a little bit longer. Then we have the cookie crack. This is espresso, coffee, chocolate chips, cookie base with the condensed milk on top. It's got some salted flakes on top as well. These are so addictive. They are in the refrigerator. They are basically butter, flour, sugar, chocolate, and milk. So in the refrigerator, they will stay, so they stay fairly stiff. And then last is our maple with maple icing. So maple cookie, maple icing. These taste like caramel to me. Not much maple. So I would want to add more maple flavoring. The recipe call for maple extract, and I just don't know that I put enough in there. So maybe a little more. Well, I guess I did what the recipe said. So maybe just a little more than what the recipe said for my liking, just to get more maple flavor and less caramel flavor. So these are my items. No Christmas decorative this time around. One, we're way past Christmas, so I'm just doing cookies to have fun. And two, I try to do different cookies every year. Now, yes, two of these, or actually three of these, are the same. Like, they don't change. The pretzels never change. I get requests for these every year. The crack gets requested mostly every year. And the espresso cookies, though they did not turn out how I planned, are the second time I've done them. So I'll have to continue trying this batch and let you know what comes of it. So before my camera dies, I'm going to quickly close out here. I really want to say thank you for watching this video. I have a feeling that this might be a long video. It might not be. I may do some editing magic and break it down to a very simple video, but I had a lot of fun over the past 2 days, as I stated earlier. This is something I try to do every year, so maybe I'll make it a tradition to continue to bring you cookie content every December, and that way you maybe get inspired to create your own cookies at home. In the comments below, let me know your favorite cookie, whether that's a holiday cookie or a seasonal cookie, and leave me a like, subscribe. You are watching All Things Aaron. I really appreciate it if you made it this far in this video, and I will chat with you soon.